with the cluster of the West. Half a game separating the 3 and the 6 seed. The Nuggets and Lakers within that. 2 minutes to play in the first half, though. Luka outlet to LeBron. Lakers lead by 11 at the break in the third quarter, early in it. Nuggets now down by 14. Nikola Jokic is... I'm running out of adjectives to describe the big money. The no-looker, the unbelievable finish, too, from Tim Hardaway Jr. Nuggets down by 12 there, but then Jokic, yeah. All you can do is laugh.
No, nothing you can do.
No, it's just a laughing matter at this point. Now the outlet up to Bruce Brown for the transition play. We were tied at corner 3. Unbelievable there, and it's Nuggets by 2. Reeves off the missed free throw. Desperation heave from the short corner goes. He had made the first free throw, needed 2 points still. Off the intentional miss, gets it to go. And
I love you.
That's right. Lakers, the lead. 20 seconds remaining, and Jokic is working from the elbow. Through all kinds of contact, he would finish with 24, 16, and 14. We're tied at 125, but then under 10 seconds to play. Luka to Don. Fadeaway bucket. Crypto going crazy. Luka finishes with 30, 11, and 13, an OT win for the Lakers. So, Luka, how are the vibes after this one?
I felt like it was the best atmosphere since I'm the Laker. You know, the whole crowd was in. You know, it was real special to witness that, and you know, hopefully, it's more times. But you know, I had, I would say, goosebumps a little bit. It was amazing to see and to live that moment.
Now, still ahead, Kendrick Perkins joins the show to discuss why he's given up on the Nuggets and their championship aspirations this season.
To that third spot, the Lakers just simply will not go away. Is there a chance they could potentially be a dangerous 3 seed if they stay there? Wendy?
Dangerous, we could debate the word dangerous. Let me say, I think what JJ said there and what I've seen a little bit from LeBron in recent games is potentially an interesting development. What JJ is implying there is that he had a discussion with LeBron and they kind of decided, LeBron, you're going to yield to Luka and Austin Reeves. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you watch last night's game, and look, it's very difficult to judge a Bulls performance, but if you talk, first off, if you talk to scouts, they have noticed a general uptick in defensive intensity from the Lakers in the last few weeks, and LeBron especially, and that includes Luka. And so, like last night, LeBron played minutes at center last night. Jackson Hayes was out with injury. Maxi Kleber is out with injury. They needed a center last night. LeBron played center. And LeBron was, playing in shorter spurts with more intensity. Now, this is something that when he talks about changing his role and doing something for the team, maybe this is what happens. Now, I am going to just tell you, we're going to learn a lot about the Lakers in the next 7 games. They play against Denver in a huge game on Saturday, tomorrow night. Then they go on a 6-game road trip. The first 2 games of that are in Houston, the baseball series in Houston. How those 2 games go could very much make a huge difference in the seeding because the tiebreaker is also up for grabs there. And then they go out east where they've got to play against a red-hot Miami team, play against a red-hot Orlando team, play in Detroit against the number 1 seed. If they could very much get battered in the nose across then, we have a different discussion. But if we are seeing here the Lakers who absolutely have improved their defense. Now, they've improved their defense to come to the middle of the pack. But JJ Redick is selling these guys on playing harder. He's making some changes to his schemes. He's playing more zone. He is coaching very hard to get them better. I see the seedlings of a team that I see a pathway they could make a run. I don't know if they'll do it, but when I'm hearing LeBron talking about reducing his role and changing the way he's playing, I hear about JJ meeting with him and having open dialogue. I see Luka's game coming up. I see Reeves' game coming up. There is a pathway there. It could happen.
Okay, they still gave up 130 points last night. But yes, locking down a little more defensively maybe on the mind. Vince, go ahead.
Yeah, he gave up 130 points to the Chicago Bulls, who aren't trying to do anything. Like, in that second quarter, I think the Bulls shot 67% from the field and like 60% from three. So of all the machinations and everything else that J.J. Redick is trying to do, and I'm not poo-pooing what you're saying, Wendy, I'm saying that this roster just has limitations that I'm not sure strategy or mindset is going to change. Now, getting LeBron in a position where he doesn't have to defend as much room and space, I'm 100% with you. Getting him at the rim where he doesn't have to do much switching, where he can't be hunted and exploited at this stage of his career, which seems to have been the case, I'm 100% with you there. The Lakers, since the All-Star break, 12th in defensive efficiency. That sounds like a middling team, but they were 22nd before that, so they've made an uptick, and I think all of that, or some of that, is at least contributed to LeBron, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic not playing on the floor as much together. Their net rating was really bad, a -10 in the games they played before the All-Star break. Now they're starting to figure things out. And another thing, Luka Doncic, we just read from Dave McMenamin what he is going through personally and how that's affecting him on the floor. His last 4 games, he's averaged 40. So maybe he's starting to turn the corner and becoming more engaged. I know he got fined for making the money sign towards the refs, but at least he didn't get a technical foul against the Knicks and get thrown out. And then he would have missed today's or last night's game with a suspension. But by and large, I am with Wendy here. I just don't see how they survive that 6-game road trip against all of those good teams in the Eastern Conference. Everything from 3 to 6, and if you include the Phoenix Suns at 7, is so bunched up. Houston, they got their issues. Minnesota has been inconsistent all year. Denver, we're going to talk about a little bit later. I don't see the Lakers being able to sustain their effort on the defensive end to the point that they can hold off those teams. Last year, they were a 3 seed. They got put out in 5 games by Minnesota. I don't see how that changes much this year, even if you have a hyper version of Luka, just because the personnel, to me, cannot sustain this level of play for the next several weeks.
Yes, agree. And the Western Conference loaded, yes, but there is space there. Wendy, really quick, before we go to break here, you've covered LeBron your entire career. You just alluded to the fact that he might be taking a back seat a little bit and that, J.J. Redick has had these conversations with him. Did you ever think we'd see the day where LeBron James is taking a back seat?
Yes, I did. Because I think one of the things that LeBron has always done is he's always done what he felt his team needed to win. For decades, that was doing and being Mr. Everything. But the same LeBron James who would get double or triple teamed and pass the ball to a teammate in the corner when he was 23 in the conference finals is the same mindset as a guy who can see that Luka has a game where he has 50 and Reeves has 30 in that game, and his role could be to give all the energy he can on the defensive end of the court. I think it's the same mindset he's always had. And look, Vince, you could be exactly right. I agree. It's hard for me to take a team seriously that has as big a defensive issues as they do. And they could go through this Eastern Conference trip, get totally bashed across the nose, and we could be talking about how they might be a play-in team, all right? That's all true. But what if it isn't? What if what we're seeing is actually something? Because that's the whole thing about this Lakers team. Their top-end talent is awesome. It just doesn't work together. So what they're trying to do in March is trying to stitch together a way to make it work. It could fail, but I respect what they're trying to do.
Again, they'll play the Rockets twice next week. They're a half game ahead of the Rockets. They're in 3rd in
you.